a small village by the Sea of Galilee, a humble carpenter named Jesus began to gather followers. His teachings of love, compassion, and forgiveness resonated with many, and soon he felt the call to choose 12 individuals who would help him spread his message. The 12 candidates. Peter! A fisherman with a heart full of passion, Peter was impulsive, yet loyal. He was the first to recognize Jesus as the Messiah and became the rock upon which Jesus would build his church. Andrew. Peter's younger brother, Andrew, was gentle and kind. He had a knack for bringing people together and was the first to introduce Peter to Jesus. James. The son of Zebedee, James was fiery and ambitious. He sought greatness but learned humility through Jesus' teachings. His zeal made him a natural leader among the disciples. And John. The younger brother of James, John was known for his deep love and compassion. He became known as the beloved disciple and was entrusted with caring for Jesus' mother after the crucifixion. Matthew. His former tax collector, Matthew, was seen as a traitor by many. However, his keen mind and ability to connect with people made him an invaluable scribe for Jesus' teachings. So they agreed, and this was the first correction of the son. Philip. Curious and analytical, Philip often questioned Jesus, seeking deeper understanding. His inquisitive nature helped the group explore the mysteries of faith. Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael, Bartholomew was skeptical at first, but quickly became a devoted follower. His honesty and straightforwardness brought clarity to the group. Thomas. Known for his doubts, Thomas often questioned everything. However, his journey from skepticism to faith became a powerful testament to the strength of belief. Now, James the Less. A quiet and humble man, James the Less was often overlooked. Yet his steadfastness and dedication to Jesus' message made him a pillar of support for the group. Thaddeus, also known as Judas, son of James, Thaddeus was known for his inquisitive nature. He often asked questions that led to profound discussions about faith and purpose. Simon the Zealot. A passionate revolutionary, Simon sought to overthrow Roman rule. Jesus taught him that true change comes from love and service rather than violence. Judas Iscariot. The most complex of the 12, Judas was initially drawn to Jesus' vision of a new kingdom. However, his struggles with greed and betrayal would lead to a tragic end. Yorkshire University professor of psychology, law and historian David Simon described his experience of Jesus. The journey begins. As Jesus called each of them by name, he saw their potential and the unique gifts they would bring to his mission. Together they traveled from village to village, sharing the message of love, healing the sick, and performing miracles. Each disciple learned from Jesus, growing in faith and understanding. Trials and triumphs. The journey was not without challenges. They faced skepticism, hostility, and the weight of their own doubts. Yet through it all, they supported one another, learning the importance of community and faith. Jesus taught them to love their enemies, serve the least among them, and forgive those who wronged them. The Last Supper. As their time together drew to a close, Jesus gathered his disciples for one final meal. He washed their feet, demonstrating the essence of servant leadership. He shared bread and wine, symbolizing his body and blood, and foretold the trials that lay ahead. The betrayal. In the days that followed, Judas Iscariot, overwhelmed by temptation and greed, made a fateful decision that would change everything. He betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, leading to Jesus' arrest. The resurrection. After the crucifixion, despair filled the hearts of the disciples. But 3 days later, the news of the resurrection spread like wildfire. Jesus appeared to them, reaffirming their mission and empowering them to spread the good news to all nations. A legacy. The 12 disciples, transformed by their experiences, went on to spread Jesus' teachings far and wide. They faced persecution, but their faith remained unshaken. Each of them left a legacy that would inspire countless generations. For example, in the end, the story of Jesus and his 12 candidates became a testament to the power of love, faith, and redemption, echoing through the ages as a beacon of hope for all humanity. 1. Peter. History. Peter, originally a fisherman, became one of Jesus' closest disciples. After the resurrection, he was restored by Jesus and became a bold leader in the early church. He preached at Pentecost, leading to the conversion of thousands. Peter traveled extensively, spreading the gospel and establishing churches. Tradition holds that he was martyred in Rome, crucified upside down at his request, feeling unworthy to die in the same manner as Jesus. 2. Andrew. History. Andrew, Peter's brother, was also a fisherman. After Jesus' resurrection, he became a missionary, spreading the gospel in regions such as Greece and Asia Minor. He is believed to have been martyred by crucifixion on an X-shaped cross, which is now known as St. Andrew's Cross. His legacy is that of a humble servant who brought others to Christ. 3. James, son of Zebedee. History. James was one of the first disciples called by Jesus and was part of his inner circle. He became a prominent leader in the Jerusalem church. His unwavering faith led to his martyrdom around 44 AD, when King Herod Agrippa I had him executed by sword. He is remembered for his zeal and commitment to Jesus. 4. John. History. John, brother of James, was known as the beloved disciple. He outlived the other apostles and became a key figure in the early church. He wrote the Gospel of John, 3 epistles, and the Book of Revelation. John was exiled to the island of Patmos, where he received visions that became the Book of Revelation. He died a natural death, a rarity among the apostles, and is often associated with themes of love and eternal life. 5. Matthew. History. Matthew, a former tax collector, became a devoted follower of Jesus. He authored the Gospel of Matthew, which emphasizes Jesus as the Messiah and the fulfillment of Jewish prophecy. After the resurrection, he is believed to have preached in various regions, including Ethiopia, where he was martyred. His legacy is that of a bridge between Judaism and Christianity. 6. Philip. History. Philip was known for his evangelistic zeal. After the resurrection, he preached in Samaria and baptized the Ethiopian eunuch, demonstrating the inclusive nature of the gospel. Tradition holds that he traveled to Phrygia and was martyred there. His story highlights the importance of spreading the message of Jesus beyond Jewish communities. Who says? Philip was known for his importance of spreading the message of Jesus beyond Jewish communities. 7. Bartholomew. Nathanael. History. Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael, was initially skeptical of Jesus, but became a devoted follower. He is believed to have preached in various regions, including India and Armenia, where he was martyred. His story emphasizes the importance of faith and openness to God's calling. 8. Thomas. History. Thomas, often referred to as Doubting Thomas, struggled with doubt, but ultimately became a strong believer. After the resurrection, he traveled to India, where he established churches and was martyred. His journey from doubt to faith serves as an encouragement for many who struggle with belief. 9. James the Less. History. James the Less, often identified as the son of Alphaeus, played a quieter role among the apostles. He became a leader in the Jerusalem church and is believed to have been martyred, though details about his life are sparse. His legacy is one of steadfastness and humility. This has been shown in other texts documented by Dante and Central Asia, which also involve 10. Thaddeus. Judas, son of James. It's today! Thaddeus, also known as Judas, was known for his inquisitive nature. He is believed to have preached in regions such as Syria and Persia, where he was martyred. His questions during Jesus' ministry reflect a deep desire for understanding and truth. 11. Simon the Zealot. History. Simon was a member of the Zealots, a group that sought to overthrow Roman rule. After following Jesus, he learned the power of love and service over violence. He is believed to have preached in various regions, including Africa, and was martyred. His transformation from zealot to apostle illustrates the radical change that faith can bring. 12. Judas Iscariot. History. Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, faced a tragic end. After realizing the gravity of his betrayal, he returned the silver and took his own life. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and the consequences of turning away from faith.